Welcome back to the UK Crypto Podcast. I'm Paula, and as always, I'm joined by Matty. Artificial intelligence is changing almost every industry on Earth. It can write articles, generate videos, build websites, and even help people make investment decisions. But what happens when AI turns its attention to crypto? Could artificial intelligence eventually become a better trader than humans? Will we still be analysing charts in 10 years' time, or will we simply tell AI our goals and let it do the rest? And if AI becomes better than us, what does that mean for the future of retail investors? That's exactly what we're discussing today. Right, let's get into it. Before we get into today's episode, a quick thank you to our sponsor Blowfin. If you're looking for an exchange that's well suited to API trading and automation, Blowfin has become our preferred choice thanks to its competitive trading fees and reliable API performance. If you decide to sign up using our link, you'll also receive enhanced sign-up bonuses and trading bonuses available through our partnership. If you'd like to check it out, you'll find the link in the description below.
So most people think that AI trading and AI in trading is the future, but the truth is, it's probably already here. I mean, were you surprised when you realised just the extent that it's already being used?
Yeah, I was, because I think that everybody has heard this AI bubble is coming or it's here. We know that the big companies are investing in AI tech. But just really, I think over the last kind of 6 months, looking at the way the markets have moved so much, it feels obvious to me that there is more going on in the background than the way the markets used to move. And it feels like that's probably the connection.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. It felt like they were saying everybody will be using AI soon. All the companies will be using AI soon. It felt like the never, like it was a thing that they said was inevitable, but you never really saw the evidence of it. But now company after company after company after news release after news release after news release is all saying the same thing. We're heavily investing in AI to improve whatever we do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what they are.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And this isn't just a crypto story. This isn't just a trading story. This is just everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's supermarkets, banks, insurance companies. Everything seems to be getting involved with AI right now.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because I think people are waiting for this robotic era, almost like the futuristic thing to
like
believe that the AI is here.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't realise that actually everything that's going on in the background is now integrated into AI tech. And it's going to be here and it's going to be being used before people even realise it. That's kind of how I feel like blockchain technology is going to work as well.
Yeah, I agree.
It's going to be all integrated and then people are going to realise. But I think the big companies are massively investing in AI. They probably have been for way longer than
they have, significant time. But when we're looking at trading in particular, do you think the average investor, the average normal trader, do you think that they feel like they're trying to manually now fight against people's AI automations?
Yes.
You do?
I do. I think you're going to always have that hardcore group of day traders that believe that they've got it, that they know what they're doing, and they're probably very successful at that. And there's nothing, I'm not taking anything away from that, but I think the markets are moving differently to how they were before. And you see it. You see these very quick wicks, and then they bounce up very, very quickly. It's almost like something is hunting these liquidity pools, and I'm not sure as just a manual trader you can factor that kind of move into your strategy.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the big boys, let's concentrate on like the big institutions, right? I saw something say the other day that I can't remember which company it was, I'm really sorry, I can't remember which company it was, but whichever company it was, that their AI was looking at millions of data points a minute. How can a human compete with that?
Well, they can't.
How many humans would you need to be able to compete with that if they were all working perfectly together in sync? It's impossible.
You can't.
So I think they've already raised the game past human capabilities, in my opinion. Yeah. Does it mean that they're more successful? I don't know. Does it mean that they can be more consistent? I'm not sure. All I know is that if they are capable of processing that many data points so fast, that as they get better at filtering through that information, it's going to be untouchable.
Yeah, and I think that people are perhaps naive in how fast this tech is progressing as well. Because if you think back, I mean, like even say 10 years ago, you might integrate some software and then the next evolution of that software would take time, and those implementations and that getting better would evolve over time. But I think with AI, we've got something that's almost instant. If that needs changing, if it needs tweaking, if it learns something about itself to make it better, it's going to be integrated incredibly quickly. And we don't have that capacity as humans to switch as quickly as the AI will be able to.
Yeah, totally. And I'm just wondering if it's even possible anymore for the humans to compete against the institutions. I don't even know. And I think you're right. I think most people will realise that they won't be physically capable to be able to do that. But I guess there'll be more ways. We'll probably touch on this a bit later on, where people can sort of get some help along the way.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting how fast it seems to have switched, how fast it's gone to people. So I remember when I first started hearing about AI in crypto, it was more about future roadmaps of projects. So people were dropping tokens, and that token was raising cash, and it was investing, and it was basically funding AI projects. That was the first time they were calling them AI tokens, and it had nothing to do with AI apart from the fact that it was funding AI projects. And then all of a sudden AI became a bit of a thing, and then all of a sudden the AI stock market became a big thing. Then the tokens that were funding AI in crypto, or crypto in AI, whichever way around you look at it, became a thing. But I think now we're now crossing that threshold where people are now using AI to trade, and some people are doing it incredibly successfully. If we just look within our community, again, we'll get onto that later on, people are all in on AI. I'm on about people that are spending every waking moment surrounding themselves with AI, trying to crack the matrix.
Do you think there's going to be a gap between people that, because if we look at our audience and our stats, if we say YouTube audience, for instance, if I look at the percentage of people that are watching my content, it tends to be men, and it tends to be men that are 40s, 50s, 60s. Now, my question would be, do you feel like some people, maybe in older generations, might feel like this technology is moving so fast that they can't keep up, and then they feel like they're being pushed out?
So I am late 40s. My demographic of viewers is very similar to yours, okay? The difference is my audience don't tell me I've got beautiful eyes in the comments. I saw that this week. Yeah, haven't you got beautiful eyes? I thought, why don't my audience ever tell me I've got beautiful eyes? So
You've got a beautiful beard.
So if any of you can get in the comments and tell me I've got beautiful eyes in the comments, that'd be fantastic. So yeah, I mean, my demographic is very similar. Now, when I look at me compared to some of my friends, if any of my friends are watching this is not a dig at any of you, but I feel like I'm more on point with technology than a lot of people my age.
Yeah.
You look at an average bloke of my age, I'm probably more on it. And even I don't think I'm at the cutting edge. Yeah, I'm doing my best. I'm surrounding myself with the best people. I'm building the best teams around me. But if I don't think I'm right at the front, then imagine how far behind somebody that isn't even. I mean, I've got my friend. I'm even going to say his name. My mate Nick. Right, we literally went to school together.
Yeah.
He's a lifelong friend of mine. The guy struggles with a TV remote.
Yeah, no.
Right, and I think it's hilarious because I actually talked to him like to me he's like an old man.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, like you'd have to get your nan, and he'd like go you need a digital football ticket. We were Wolves fans, went away to Man City, digital football ticket, and he just looked at me like a lost child. I went, what's the matter? And he went, just handed me the phone. I was like, what? And he went, I don't know what to do. Right, so I mean, listen, I'm making a bit of comedy around this, but the truth is there will be massive amounts of people in their 40s, 50s, and definitely in their 60s that will feel completely lost in what's happening. Yeah. Because you might have people that have been invested in crypto early doors, so at the time they'd have been in their 30s and 40s, late 30s, early 40s. Now they're in their 50s, for example, yes, even the adopters. But unless they've been on it all the way through, they may start to feel a little bit lost.
Yeah.
But I don't think that actually it needs to be as complicated as some people think it is.
Yeah.
Is it complicated if you're building things? Absolutely. Yeah. Incredibly complicated. One day it won't be incredibly complicated. One day you'll be able to, in my opinion, you'll be able to talk to your AI advisor in your house and go, can you develop me? And it'll go, Yeah, no problem. It'll be ready in half an hour or whatever. Do you know what I mean? We're not quite at that stage yet because yes, you still can ask AI to help you do stuff, but you've still got to give it the right information. You've still got to lead it down the right paths. It still needs guidance.
And you've got to still implement.
We're not at the point where you can ask AI something completely and it'll just do the entire project for you. But that'll happen one day. Yeah. One day it will happen. But I think we're at a point now where I think we will have people that are my age and above that will start to feel like they've drifted.
Yeah.
Like they'll feel like the gap's too big now. It's not for me, that. Do you know what I mean? It's not for me. When actually, I think there is a way, an inroad for people. There is an inroad, and don't feel too lost with it.
Yeah.
Because actually the tools are there, and it's about surrounding yourself with the right people as well.
Because the reality is the advancements in tech are moving so fast, faster than they have ever moved. And I was listening to a podcast not that long ago where they were talking about AGI, and this actually, all the big tech companies are expecting this to be fully developed and being used within the next 5 years. And it will be massive, but will the average person who's potentially putting a trade on here and there feel like they should change what they're doing? I don't know. I think you're still going to have that core of people that will want to manually trade, but whether or not the big institutions and the market makers using AI are going to affect how the charts move compared to how the charts move now, because I already can feel that they feel different. I don't know if you feel the same.
Yeah, definitely. But I think also there is that flattening out of the market anyway at the moment. Probably you won't feel like that when the market is flying.
Yes.
We feel like we're trapped in a zone because we are trapped in a zone. How much of that is down to market manipulation? How much of that is down to flattening out because of AI trading? We won't know until the future. My feeling is that I totally understand what you're saying, and it's very possible. But I also think it could just be we're trapped in the zone. And as soon as we start flying with that, we'll shed that feeling.
Well, yeah, because if we are in this declining market, which we have been for the last 6 months or so, it's not a surprise if the algorithms are capable of searching for liquidity pools, then they're going to do that, aren't they? There isn't much liquidity. There's not much volume in the markets at the moment. So it's kind of expected that everybody's going to try and want to make money where they can. Maybe when the market increases and we see more movement and more liquidity, we might not feel that quite so much.
Totally. And I think AI has been changing the trading landscape slowly and quietly in the background. But I suppose my question to you would be, if somebody's brand new, I'll tell you what, they're not a trader. What they do though is they buy crypto and they hold it in a wallet. Yeah. Right? They buy XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum,
and we'll have
Solana.
Lots of our viewers that are in that situation.
They're not traders, right? That's what they do. And if they're thinking, maybe I'll start trading, should they literally learn to manually trade first? Yeah? So they've got a handle of it? Or should they now, as a starting point, start learning how to AI trade? Because there's an argument both ways there. We haven't actually had this in-depth conversation. I honestly think I could argue it both ways, but what do you think? If you're brand new, you literally never done a day trade in your life.
Yeah.
What do? Do you learn it old school, or do you now embrace the technology from day one?
I think it depends on your strategy, because if you are buying spot, I would hope you've got some kind of strategy anyway, because my concern with people buying and holding spot is that they just buy it and they don't look at a chart. And I think you should still look at a chart when you're buying spot, because you should, whether it doesn't matter what kind of chart you look at, whether that's the fear and greed index or you actually go onto
the chart itself,
onto the chart itself. So I guess it would depend on your experience that you've got. If you've got some understanding of reading charts and looking at levels, if you wanted to be a low leverage trader, then potentially you could trade at 2 or 3x and you could do some of that manually yourself. But the truth is that I think with all trading, and something that a lot of people don't anticipate, is the amount of time you need to be looking at the charts. So if you don't have the capacity to be keeping an eye on the charts and to be getting in and out of your trades at the right time, then why would you not automate your trades and use AI trading? Because actually, you can set that up and almost set and forget.
Yeah.
That AI's got way more information about trading than you're ever probably going to learn.
Yeah.
So
I could argue it both ways, because I think it's good to be able to check against what the AI is doing. I think if you are thinking about building your own strategy of AI, then you definitely need to understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can't just chat to ChatGPT and say, I'm thinking about building a thing, and then go from zero where if you know nothing, because the AI will go off on a tangent.
Yeah.
It'll just go on a mad one and you'll lose loads of money. But if you are already a trader and you already understand your own methods and you're trying to automate your own methods, then actually learning trading the old school way actually is a sensible move. But there is another argument, and it was something that you said a few months back. In fact, you said it a couple of times. The first time I didn't really register. It wasn't until you said it another time, and I was like, she makes sense what she's saying, which is...
I hope you all heard that.
What?
It makes sense what I'm saying.
It does make sense what you're saying, which is there is space in crypto for people that have no interest in crypto at all to get an automation, put some money in it, press go, and leave it alone.
Yep.
And even when it makes money, still have no interest in crypto.
Yep. Which
is not the way it's been previously. Mm-hmm. People that are into crypto are into crypto. And quite often, it'll absorb them.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, not absorb them, they absorb it. Yeah. Like they're all over it. But you said that, and you're like basically saying, I think you give an example of a plumber or whatever it was, you know what I mean? And they just go, that only is that an investment tool.
Yeah. And
I'm in on that, and going to do that. But they need to have no knowledge at all anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think that was a really interesting one. And that's the counter argument, isn't it? To saying somebody needs to go old school, learn charts, learn fair value gaps, learn about their chart patterns, all the rest of it. Because actually the other argument is that the tools are there now, so you don't need to do that.
If I'm honest, I think there isn't really a good argument for people not to have an automation. Because it doesn't matter the amount of knowledge that you have. Once it's set up, you can leave it. Yes, some people might feel like setting it up is a challenge, but there is spaces out there and people that can help to do that. And it's the whole reason why we made the TradeBot Pro course, to literally get people who have no knowledge of even trading, set up on an exchange, set up on a platform that's going to fire the signals to their exchange, and have that whole process done from beginning to end in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And once that's set up, people don't need to do anything. And whether you are in crypto, whether you have got any experience of buying anything, in my opinion, everybody should have a residual income stream. And automation is a really good residual income stream.
Do you think if traders aren't having any use of AI at all, and in today's world, they're putting themselves at a disadvantage to other people?
Yes. Yeah, I think they are, because what people don't necessarily understand about AI is that it uses, when you say about data points, it's gathering information from things like social platforms, it's learning narratives, it's understanding what the big institutions are investing. It's looking at so many different things that as a retail investor, you physically wouldn't be able to go and research. And by the time you had researched it all, it probably wouldn't be relevant anyway. Yeah. So you're always going to be behind. If you're going to do less risky trades that are low leverage, that you're going to hold for a long period of time, and that kind of trading, well, of course it's risky, it's crypto, and it's the riskiest of all risk assets, but in crypto terms that is the less risky option. There is a slightly different argument, I guess, but I think people are behind. I think they are. I think if all you're doing is opening your trading view, looking at a chart, doing a bit of chart analysis in a few minutes, how is that even going to be equal to the amount of information AI's got?
I'm just going to check a stat. 1 second. Because it'd be a good point for me to be able to use in this. Don't cut this out. Okay. As it stands right now, on my AI trading, I've got 58 trades open.
Yep.
If I was manually trading, there is no way I'd have 58 trades open.
Yep.
I couldn't watch 58 different tokens. I couldn't have measured. I could have measured them all out for the entries. Fine. right? But if each trade has 5 take profit zones, and each trade has stop loss on there, yeah, and I could manually put them in advance, yeah. But what happens if things start moving slightly wrong? Yeah. How fast would I need to be able to put them on?
Yep.
So the AI will be looking at constantly 24 hours a day, and they'll be watching hundreds of tokens, and it will meet its metrics and go bang, fire. Yeah. Now go that. For me to be able to do that, I would probably need somebody else with me full time to be able to do that many trades. In 3 months' time, I'm hoping to have over 100 trades open at a time. Yeah. On autopilot, with me not even touching it. My only input is to me to open it up, check my balance, see how many are up, how many are down, and looking at my risk management.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I wanted to do that amount of trades with that kind of... By the way, these are relatively short trades. They're open for a few hours or to a few days. Some are open a little bit longer, but the majority of them are that. So we're not just talking about, why couldn't you go and research 50 tokens and put 50 trades on? Because it's 24 hours a day. Yeah. Because as fast as I'm closing them, I'm opening new ones up. Yeah. And it is a conveyor belt. That's just what's open now. I think in the last 30 days, I think I've got this stat somewhere. 1 second. Yeah, in the last week, 267 trades. Yeah. Right? It's a massive number. And to be able to manually do that, is it possible? Yes. Would you have the stamina to do that on a permanent basis? Absolutely not. No. Could I do it once in 1 week? Probably. Yeah. I'd be dead the week after. There's no longevity to it. So it's already outperforming what I could do in a technical analysis profile. Yeah. I couldn't physically do that. Yeah. Could I do it with a team of people? Yes. But this is just me. Yeah. It's just me and my AI. Yeah. It's just me and the automation. Yeah. And things are only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and better. How long is it going to be until we've got 500 trades open across 4 exchanges? Yeah. Yeah, because that's the other thing as well.
Or even 500 trades on multiple exchanges.
How long has you got 250 trades open per exchange? Yeah. And you've got 4 exchanges, that's 1,000 trades open at the same time. Yeah. I reckon we're probably about 6 to 9 months away from that. Yeah. Us as a team. Yeah. There's no way I could manage that. No. Even no matter... I wouldn't even attempt it.
Well, look at the best day traders. They generally trade 1 or 2 things.
Correct. And by the way, manually, me too. Yeah. Me too. You know, I'd have a quad open on my trading view. Bitcoin at the top, no matter what I'm trading, too important. Then I'd have the main one that I'm trading with the biggest amount of part. By the way, when I trade, I normally have 1 bigger one and 2 smaller ones. That's just my method and just part of my neurodivergence. I like that. It feels comfortable. And the 2 smaller ones at the bottom. And nothing else on my screen, so I can see all of them at the same time. How can you do that with even with today's trades? What, 55? Yeah. How am I watching them charts? Yeah. You can't. And before anybody says, you can do alerts, imagine me having alerts on like 50. Ping, 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 ping. You'd become blind to the alerts, and the alerts would mean nothing. Yeah. Plus, you've got to go to bed. Yeah. Already it's outperforming what we can do.
100%, because I don't know if you remember. Well, of course you do. We could take it back to when we were back testing and testing the strategy for our automation, and we had people watching the charts 24/7. As one person, you couldn't do that. We had to have a team of people watching one chart 24/7. You couldn't do that. You couldn't upscale that 58 times. It wouldn't work.
I mean, when you talk about, we've recently been on a holiday. We was abroad. We went to Tenerife, had a great time over in the Canaries, and I actually forgot to make the video. But the video was going to be, and it's not about the monetary value. If you're watching this now, don't get confused. It's not about the amount of money. But I was really excited that I was using profits from the automation, which, by the way, is relatively new. This particular one we're using is relatively new, to be able to pay for us to go out on a trip. So we went whale watching for the day on a boat, and we got hired this like mini yacht thing, and we was off, and it was really good. There was only 6 of us on there or whatever. It was really cool. Went out and we sailed in the whales. They were both sides of the boat. It was awesome, right? And I actually was going to... I thought, I'll pay for that with that. I just forgot to make the video. Yeah. I completely forgot to make the video. But actually, it was a nice little watershed moment for me, because it was... Because again, it's not about the value of money. No. It doesn't matter if it had been £10 buying us a couple of milkshakes, or whether it had been 10 grand and buying us a couple of flights business class. It doesn't matter. It was not about the amount of money. It was more about, we've done this. It did this. We went and sport ourselves with this. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think there'll be a lot of people watching this be going, okay, what would be my version of what it'd be cool for it to do? For me, it was cool to be able to go and pay for the boat. But what would it be interesting to do? Could they pay their mortgage every month? Yeah. Could they pay for the shopping every month?
Yeah.
Could they not go to work?
Yeah. Go on a holiday.
Could they go on a holiday?
Yeah.
Could they upgrade the car?
Yeah.
Could they just put money in the bank? Mm-hmm. How many people don't have money in the bank? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of things here, which I think is going to key into a lot of people, and they're going to be very interested in moving forward with this, because trading is something that everybody seems to want to do. Trading is something that most people have the ability to do when it comes to time. Very few people, a percentage of people have the ability because of the time.
Yeah, it is time consuming. And I think a lot of people just don't realise, because people will do things like they'll go to work, they'll get home, they'll have their dinner, they'll put the kids to bed, and then they'll sit down and look at the charts. Yes, crypto is 24/7, but your best opportunities for a trade aren't necessarily going to be the hours you want them to be at. Or then you're going to open a trade because you've watched the charts for 2 hours at 10 o'clock at night and you want to go to bed at 11. It doesn't. You can't have that in crypto. I think stocks is easier because the stock market opens and it closes, and
yeah, I agree.
You've got defined hours, but crypto doesn't move like that. So having this AI that doesn't sleep, it never gets emotional, because that's the other thing that traders don't realise, is actually how they're feeling affects their results at the end of the day.
I think that works in nicely. So let's talk about that. Let's expand on that. Let's talk about AI is definitely here.
Yeah.
It's definitely part of trading. It's definitely there. Right? It ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? It's probably going to take over, if I'm honest. Yeah. But what does it definitely do better than humans? You've mentioned one there. You've said about the emotional side.
Yeah.
Yeah, AI doesn't get emotional.
No.
It ain't going to. Your AI is not going to have a bad day where something's pissed you off, and then it's going to make a rash decision. Because that is normally the one thing, that kills traders.
Or revenge trading.
Yeah, it's not going to revenge trade. Interestingly, I saw a guy on YouTube that had taught his AI to revenge trade.
What?
Yep. He'd accidentally taught it that if you're losing, to aggressively trade to try and make it back. And it wasn't until it was losing money, and he was like, what's going on? And then he was like, oh my God, I've taught it to revenge trade. Like, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
He got so engrossed in AI, he forgot all the rules of what's actually important, and he's gone, well, if it's losing, let's get it to like really up the ante, double down, higher leverage, and it actually taught his AI. I know it's crazy, isn't it? I'll see if I can find the YouTube and I'll get it played inside the Crypto Wolfpack, because it was really cool, because he wasn't trying to put himself as like a guru. He was almost like going, I cannot believe I did this and didn't spot it for 3 weeks. He's like, what's going on? He's chatting, what are you doing? He's like, you told me to do this. It's incredibly risky, but you told me. I'm just doing what you told me. And he's like, oh God.
Because that's the thing that people need to keep in mind when they are thinking they can build something for themselves.
But if you don't know what you're doing,
you're
going to build something that doesn't know what it's doing.
Well, your AI is going to follow your instructions, and that's something to consider, isn't it? I guess the other thing, it doesn't sleep. It doesn't get emotional, but it scans all these thousands of charts all in one go. Charts, exchanges, everything. It's and again, it's something that we couldn't do. No, definitely not. I think the other thing is they're scanning the on-chain data that we potentially as retail investors might not know how to access. Yeah, I think most people know that it exists but don't really know what to do with it. Yeah. Tracy's a good one in our Wolfpack for this. She's awesome. She loves data. She is a data geek. I mean, I hope I'm not saying anything insulting there, but she is a massive data geek. She's like, she gets so excited. People start talking about data and I watch her eyes go, ooh. She loves it. And she'll always say the same thing. Whenever we're talking about projects, we need more data. Yeah. We need more data. She said to me the other day, I've built a data warehouse. I know, yeah. She's built a data warehouse. I was like, tell me more. She was like, I built this place where all the data goes. It sits there. I was like, what does it do? She went, it never goes anywhere. I was like, I get to check it. I love it. I love it. We have surrounded ourselves with some elite people in their own little fields. Yeah. And I think Tracy being the data geek, I think at some point it's going to really reap benefits for the entire community. I think it already is, Matt. I think it already is. I don't think the Wolfpack quite understand how important the data is that she collects and what she does, because she doesn't just collect data for her own projects. She will also collect data for other people's projects, Fast Elite, Fast High, and she will collect data on behalf of them, then go to the people within the Wolfpack that are running those projects and go, have you seen this? Yeah. Well, I think Andy's seeing the value in what she's doing, because she's been so awesome in supporting what he's built there. Yeah.
It's been a quite interesting team to accidentally develop, actually, believe it or not, because it was never a joint project. It was Andy started a project inside the Wolf Pack. We'd offered it as a manual way for them. Here's basically signals. Basically, this is what's coming out, and you can manually do it. Then the Wolf Pack were all over it. They go, this is awesome. Yeah. And I was like, just imagine if you can automate it. So then we've got the AI involved, and it's running and it's gone, and then we've done that. And then you bring in other elements of other team members. I won't talk about everybody because it's not about that. But then Tracy with the data, it's been invaluable to make it better.
Definitely.
So yeah, I think what I would say is yes, AI is definitely better at humans than some stuff. But at the moment where we are right now in 2026. You still need humans that know what they're doing to be able to run the AI.
Yeah, exactly. You need to be able to have people that have got...
to challenge the AI.
Yeah, to think outside of the box and to ask the right questions and to be looking at things from different perspectives based on their own life experience, which is... Yes, AGI's come in, but it's not here. So we need to be looking at what do we as humans bring to the AI to make the AI as good as it can possibly be, and having a diverse range of people coming at crypto from different angles, it has been awesome.
I'll be careful how I word this, because I know Anthropic don't like people doing some versions of this at a high scale. What I'm about to say is on a very low scale, but we've actually been using multiple different types of AI to talk to each other to overcome problems.
Yeah.
So one's really good at coding and charts, another one's really good at strategic thinking and planning and the rest of it. And then quite often we're getting them to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting process. I know you haven't been really involved in that, but it's really interesting because you watch them bounce off each other and they go, they'll thank each other. So our different AIs, we have given them human names.
Yeah.
So the Claude is still called Claude, actually, believe it or not, but Claude will be saying to ChatGPT, which is called Neo, he'll be going, I hadn't thought of that. That's a really important point. And it'll run away with it, run back, and it'll go back then. Claude will then go back to Neo, and it'll be like, boom, what do you think to that? Neo's gone run through, and it's really good. But what about this? You still haven't looked at this properly, gone back. And then within 5, 6, 7 messages, they both go, well done, guys. We've smashed it. And then us as the humans go, lovely, lift it, grab it, bang, run, boom, go. Yeah. And it's a clever use of AI. But again, you need the humans in the background. Yeah. When you look at the data in particular, we're needing Tracy as a human to go and use AI to get data, crunch it. Once that particular type of AI, I'm not going to talk about what it is here, but once she's crunched that data with them, that then gets fed into a different AI model to go, these people have created this. Yeah. This is what we think needs to be looked at. You're the master when it comes to the algorithm. Please look at this. And it'll look at it, and 9 times out of 10, it'll go, I wasn't aware of this. Yeah. I didn't know. Yeah. Now I know. These are my suggestions. Yeah. And these are the suggestions, and this is what I think you should do. Please go back to the data AI and check that these are our suggestions, what it thinks. Yeah. We'll go back, and sometimes the AI goes, no. Yeah. No, don't do that. Yeah. Because of this, you're going to break it here. Yeah, yeah. And it's just this big loop. And at the moment, we're having to manually longhand this with multiple people and multiple different AI models. But it won't be long. One day, somebody's going to release something one day where you're not even have time, you're going to talk to it. You're just going to go, do me a favor. Yeah. Can you help me build blah, 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 blah? And it will naturally go, no worries, I'll go and talk to my other AI friends. And it'll be off. Somebody will build that and sell it for an absolute fortune. There you go. You can have that for free. Anybody wants to go and build that and go sell it, you'll make an absolute killing.
Wow, I think we'd be naive to think that these big AI companies aren't already on it. They're already on it. And I think the timeline isn't even as far down the road as people are expecting. I think the transition of AI being integrated into every part of our lives is coming way quicker than people realise.
Yeah, and I think also a lot of people confuse AI with automation. Yeah. They are two different things. Yeah. They are two different things. AI quite often is what's being built or used in the background to create an automation. Yeah. And an automation is nothing more than something being able to tell your exchange, open a trade, close a trade. Yeah. Take partial profits. Yeah. Sit.
Because I guess you've got 2 different groups of people then. You've got the people that are going to use AI to build, and you're going to have the people that are going to benefit from the AI that's built the automation. Does that make sense? So you've got the people that love the creative side of things and want to get involved in that AI to build the products. And then you've got a whole market of users that are going to be there to use it.
Let's talk about this, because obviously we've got creative people.
Yeah.
I think it's a great word, actually. I've never actually described the team like that, but I think I'm going to use that more often. Well done.
Thanks.
As a top drawer word. Boom. We've got the creative people in the background using the tools, different models of AI for different tasks. Then we've managed to create an automation, right? Now, inside the Crypto Wolfpack, people get to use that for free.
Yeah.
Right? They're using it for 1 month, 2 months, depending on what their involvement is inside the Wolfpack. Plus, we're giving some extra free time for different tasks and stuff for people to be helping us out doing stuff. You get more free time. And even if people aren't part of the Wolfpack, we've got automations at the moment. They can go and pay £50 a month, 50 English pounds. And at the moment, I mean, listen, different people's pockets are different depths. I understand that. So I'm just going to use literally round numbers here. So if people are putting in 10 grand into a pot, are they really going to notice 50 quid a month as a tool?
As long as the automation's profitable.
As long as the automation's profitable, which it is.
Yeah.
So we've actually priced it really low on purpose, because we actually believe that once, especially when retail come back, I think that automations like what we've built, and there are other people building automations as well. We're not the only people, not like the first people in the world to have done this, right? I think actually they are going to be front and center for new retail when they arrive. Yeah. And I think the new wave of retail that arrived in 2025 that actually are really sad right now and don't want to talk about crypto, once Bitcoin pumps, bang, hits an all-time high, them lot will be flooding back in, except that they'll be ready to go, I tried it manually the first time, didn't like it, made me sad, let's do the automation. Yeah. And I think we're pricing it at the right kind of price there, at 50 quid a month. It's nice and easy.
Absolutely. So for people that don't know anything about automations, we've got the TradeBot Pro course that we've made.
Totally free,
and people can access that on the cryptowolfpack.co.uk website.
Yeah, correct.
The link is there. You just literally have to click the button. There is a series of videos that they will take you no more than half an hour to go through. And you can have an automation set up from setting up your exchange, setting up the platform where the signals fire,
for free,
and getting it actually live and signals firing within half an hour.
Also, I think worth pointing out, if anybody does go into the free course, as part of the free course, there's now a new free course member zone for live chat.
Yeah.
So if you've got any questions, you literally into a live chat. There are moderators in there, and also Wolfpack members can see that chat.
So they'll help.
They'll help. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, as soon as it starts getting abused, I'll switch it off.
Yeah.
But touch wood, as it stands right now, we've not had any idiots in that. Mind you, I probably won't turn it off. I'll just block people. Actually, I won't turn it off. I'll block people.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment, it's been really, really helpful for people. So if you are brand new, I think what I will be saying to you is it's really important you've got humans to talk to.
Yeah.
Crypto's a lonely space as it is trying to do it on your own, without trying to use automations on your own as well.
Yeah.
But listen, we've got a course. It's completely free. It takes you 30 minutes to go through it. You can trial everything for free. It doesn't cost you a single penny to do any of it. Yeah. Up to 14 days completely free, right? So you can decide if it's something you wanted to go with further. And as we said, even our automation is not only 50 quid a month. It's not, we're not going to charge you 500 or a grand or whatever like that. Yeah. But if somebody is interested in that, go and check it out. Yeah. And then you've got the support on hand with literally one click of a button, you can chat.
And I think that's really important as well, because the other thing that we've got to remember about crypto is it's a lonely space, because people are reluctant to reach out for the risk that the other person is a bad actor.
Correct.
So we've created this community. It's us at the other end of the chat. So hopefully that gives people a little bit of security to think they're not just talking to random people or potentially people that are...
But it's one of the reasons why I made the live chats there.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be just be me, you, one of the mods. They can have actual real people using it there in the chat. Because I often use that phrase. Actually, I think some of the best people to talk to new people ain't me, isn't you, isn't the moderators. Although obviously people often want to talk to us and we're there, we're available.
Yeah.
There was nothing more valuable than actual end users going, hiya, my name's Jeff, Dave, Karen, whatever. Actually, I had that same question 2 months ago.
Yeah.
This is the answer.
Well, actually, I think as we move into a more AI-driven and automated world, community is going to become more and more and more incredibly important, in my opinion, because I think people will start to naturally feel less connected to people. So I think having a community where you can shoot the breeze and you can ask these questions and you can feel like it's a trusted space where you can, no question is a silly question, is going to become more and more and more important. So, I mean, I think our viewers are watching this because they like crypto. So if you're not part of a community, the Wolfpack community, it's surprised me the level of knowledge that is there and the kindness of people that are there, because there's a lot of people in this space that are a bit of a knob, if I'm honest. There's a lot of people there that want to be Billy Big Balls, like I'm the best kind of thing. I saw a TikTok yesterday of a guy that was out in a very influential crypto influencer, and it was a voice note to say that he was going to try and sign people up. They were going to have to pay significant amounts of money to be a member, and then it was going to be impossible for them to leave that subscription.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
So yeah, it's just, it feels so uncomfortable in this space.
So this was an influencer openly saying they were going to rip people off.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. The bear market is getting to people. I called this, didn't I?
Yeah.
I called it at Christmas time.
Yeah.
So I said if this continues into the summer, you're going to see a few things.
We've seen some.
You're going to see
tactics.
influencers having meltdowns and announcing their retirement.
Yeah.
Tick, box ticked, seen it. We're going to see people scamming people because their money's dried up. Tick, we've seen it. And yeah, it's not good. The quicker we get out of this bear market cycle, the better. All I would say to you guys is just remember those bad actors when the market goes better.
Yeah.
Remember the ones that stayed honourable. Remember the ones that stayed consistent. Remember the ones that stayed authentic. And remember the ones that stuck around. Because what you'll see is as soon as Bitcoin starts flying, all them ones that have pissed off the last 6 months, they'll come back.
Yeah.
And when they come back, if your first comment should be, I thought you'd retired.
Yeah.
That's your first comment on their video.
Yeah, exactly. I think this brings us nicely onto our next kind of question within our notes on this episode. And it's talking about whether or not, if we've got influencers in the space, could potentially AI replace those? Like it 100%. Could be replacing traders.
So I'm not going to say who, because it wouldn't be fair, because they have only made it known to other people in the space that have platforms like us, okay? Yeah. But they are quite a well-known influencer or whatever label you want to put on them. They have a second channel. It's completely AI and nobody knows it's them.
Oh.
It's on Instagram. It's now overtaken their main channel.
Wow.
Yeah. So they literally have a person that's talking and they've overtaken their main channel. They're still telling you what to say and it's still on cue with what they say and do. They've just made themselves sexier.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Let's get it out there now. This person is not very good looking.
Right.
And they've made themselves way better looking with a new voice.
Yeah.
And they're doing really well.
Well, I think AI content, you see it all the time on platforms. I think it's going to get better. Mm-hmm. And I think that it will be engaging for people to watch. And it feels like the natural next step. I think people still want to believe that they're going to want to see people. But I think that's going to be phased out over time.
I'll tell you who I think the ones that are living, what's it called? You know, they are on borrowed time.
Yeah.
The chart geeks on TikTok and YouTube. They are in massive problems. If they are a one-trick pony and all they do is they put up charts and they go, look at this ascending triangle, look at this, look at these zones. So because, I'll tell you why. Because it wasn't that long ago that nobody really understood what they did. And they used to watch it like, oh my God, this is like science.
Wizardry.
This is wizardry.
Yeah.
How do they know all these things?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, most people are now, their knowledge base is largely upskilled. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those that are upskilled no longer want to watch them anymore unless it's out of habit. Mm-hmm. The new generation of, not generation, wrong word, but the new influx of retail, they've got more tools at their thing. So before, when they'd be scrolling, they'll be going, oh yeah, that's really important because I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But they're now one step away from chatting to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Uploading the chart and going, tell me about that. And I'll teach them all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think it's going to be long now until there are AI chart analysts 24 hours a day on whatever. So you'll be able to go to the Bitcoin channel, the XRP channel, the Ethereum channel, or whatever it will be, and it will be continually talking to you about what's going on. And that's probably even possible now. In fact, you know what? Now I've said it, I might even try and make it myself. Because listen, that's going to be possible. Yeah. It's going to cost you a lot of credits.
Yeah.
But somebody with deep enough pockets that will roll the dice to go, would that work? If it will it pay for itself? Mm-hmm. But if you had a 24-hour channel on YouTube that was continually looking at, in fact, you could flick it, couldn't you? You know, the top 5 cryptocurrencies, it could just flick every 5 minutes, where every 5 minutes it talks about what's there, what things it's doing, different time frame.
Yeah.
make a fortune.
Yeah.
Because that'd be your go-to thing.
Yeah.
It's going to make human chart analysts completely redundant in my eyes.
Well, the other thing to bear in mind is if trading becomes more automated, are people going to need the chart analysts?
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, yeah, if automations and AI are going to take such a front row seat as we believe it is, it's probably going to make it less important.
Yeah.
I think there will still be an element of people that will naturally want to upskill their knowledge base.
Yeah.
There is going to be a huge percentage of people that couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
They're going to go, does it make money? Yeah, don't care then.
Okay, I am that person because I promise you...
What, of charts?
Since we've had the automation running...
You are a chart geek. What are you talking about?
No, I've over the last couple of weeks, the automation has been running and I have not looked at a single chart for any of those trades that run the automation.
Wow. Mm-hmm. You haven't checked any of the trades against... Is it because there's too many of them? If there'd have been only 5, because we've got 50 odd open at each, right? If there'd only been 5 open, would you be more tempted to check it? Or is it because there's so many, you think, I'm going to keep up with that?
No, it's because it's the automation's doing it. I don't need to check it.
That's mental. I pick random ones to check them.
I now only look at charts that I want to put a manual trade on.
You do realise, built into our automation, if you long press it, it opens the chart and shows you everything. Yeah. And you're not even doing that?
No.
That is crazy. Do you know how difficult that is to have that feature?
I don't use it. I just leave it in the background.
Mental.
Yeah.
It's probably my favourite feature. That just goes to show you need different things for different people. So, I personally think that is the best feature. So basically, I'm not going to go into it too much, but on the platform that we use, you can long hold the trade where you can see that it's open, and it instantly opens up the charts and shows you all the levels, what it's looking for.
Because you can put all the indicators on that chart. You can have different time frames. That chart's awesome.
And you haven't bothered?
No.
Just not interested. Just let it do its thing.
Just let it do its thing.
That's really interesting.
So now
just I probably long hold 100 times a day.
So I will look because the way the platform's set up, you can have a high level view of your trades on the charts, and you can kind of see the take profits, you can see the stop losses, and you can see where it is in the middle of that. I sometimes look at that, but honestly, I probably only open the platform once
So you
a
are
day.
really a plug and play and just forget.
I only look at the charts when I'm looking at Bitcoin, and I look at the Bitcoin chart every day because it's so important. And then I will look at the charts if I want to do a manual trade. Apart from that, I haven't looked at the charts.
That's crazy. Okay. If we fast forward now to 2035, right? So we're looking just nearly 10 years in time, right? How do we think AI is going to be looking within this sphere that we operate in? Is it going to be as dominant as it has the potential to, or do you think there'll be kickback to it?
I don't think the kickback is going to be big enough. I think because what we've got to remember is that the US stock market at the moment is pretty much being held up by 5 major companies, and they're all AI. There is so much money in these projects, and I believe it's almost like a race. Whoever can dominate this space is going to be so massively invested. So I think 2035 for crypto is going to bring us a whole wave of digital programmable money. How that is formatted in terms of rule books, I don't know whether we're going to have a centralised rule book throughout the world. Again, I think that's going to be a bit of a race. The US is trying to do one thing, Europe's trying to do another thing, China's trying to do another thing, and the UK are trying to do another thing. Whoever wins that race might win the stablecoin race. But what people have got to understand is stablecoins are going to bring us programmable money. AGI is going to need programmable money to be able to automate payments online for people. And that fits nicely in with stablecoins. And I think that's going to increase people's knowledge base about crypto, because all of a sudden, day-to-day people are going to be using crypto or digital programmable money in some form. I think AI is going to probably have a massive impact on the markets. I think there's going to be not only market makers using AI to manipulate the charts, because I know we need market makers, but it does feel like it's a bit of manipulation as well. But I would hope that everybody in that time has got an automation running, because I think the capacity for being able to use this tech is at everybody's level of being able to understand.
I agree.
Whether or not the exchanges are going to like automation trading getting better? I don't know.
Well, this is what I wanted to get onto, and I think probably it'd be a nice thing to end on, because it's more of a question, because I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
And I've got no evidence of this. Yeah. But for me, what I'm about to say, and you know what I'm going to say because I said it to you in the car earlier. For me, this is obvious, because if I ran exchanges, I would be doing this, which is this. I believe that AI trading for retail, we are in a golden window where this is the opportunity to do it, because I think they'll close off the door and they'll stop us doing it, and I'll tell you why. At the moment, exchanges make money. If you just think about exchanges in general, they make money because some people make loads of money, other people see that, they give it a go, then they lose money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And even winning
same
trades
as the bookies
have fees.
Yeah. Same as other things. Okay. Now with API trading, it's no longer the human element of getting it wrong. Mm-hmm. So the exchanges rely on the fact that you're going to FOMO. Look at the push notifications they send you. Bitcoin's gone up 6%. Act now. Well, that was the wrong way around. Mm-hmm. It's the wrong way. They're already trying to get you to FOMO in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can't get emotions running on an AI, right? If more people start winning with AI trading than losing, then why on earth would the exchanges allow it to happen? Mm-hmm. So I believe at some point, the door will get closed. They'll switch off API. Sorry, I mean API trading. Sorry,
yeah.
The API. For those of you who know, API trading is basically the way that you would send a signal to the exchange. So rather than you physically pushing the buttons, a computer does it for you.
It's like a key.
It's like a key. Yeah. I believe that one day they may just go, yep, no, bang, and we'll see exchanges saying that no API trading.
Yeah.
And bang, done. So I believe this is a golden window. Yeah. I think in 10 years' time, there's a potential we might look back at this time and go, we were so lucky we got to go and take the exchanges to the wall there. Like, we really got to stretch our legs. But I don't know. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe other things will happen. But if I owned an exchange and that balance tipped, because at the moment the balance hasn't tipped. Yeah. So there's too many people building crap automations.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But the ones that make money, if they start spreading too big, what will happen? They'll close them down.
Yeah,
that's what I think will happen. But again, it's just my best guess. I don't know for sure. I don't have a crystal ball.
But I do think it's a good guess, and I think it is something to bear in mind. So again, if you're watching this and you don't have an automation and you think what Matt's saying is probably likely to happen, maybe you should get yourself on the website.
I won't say which exchange. It's going to be massively wrong for me to do that. I posed this question to an exchange, a major exchange, and they said, don't worry about it. There's way too many people losing for that to happen. Mm-hmm. I was like, wow.
But AI's getting better.
But AI's getting better.
Yeah.
So in our scenario, where more people start using more automation tools, you might start dwindling away those people with a lack of skill and knowledge base, the ones that traditionally are the ones that are the lambs to the slaughter. If they've gone, and people keep you in it, and you've still got your hardcore ones that win anyway, their balance might tip and they'll have to balance the books.
And the other thing to perhaps mention is that when you sign up for these signal groups, you don't really know how successful the signals are, because they'll tell you, won't they? They'll say, oh, we've got 95% or whatever.
Shall I tell the story very quickly?
Yeah, go on.
Again, not going to use their name because it's just not worth it. But I got asked to help out with a project, and a lot of talking was happening in the background, looking at their stats, unbelievable, 93, 92% success rate. Once I was in the inner circle to be able to talk to them and look at what they were doing, and I realised what the automation was doing, well, all of a sudden I could be able to see what their version of an automation was turning out. 35% profit? Sorry, win rate? Not 92, 93. So again, it's making me realize there's a lot of bad actors out there, which is why transparency is super, super important.
Yeah.
If you've got a signal group where they say a figure and yet can't prove it, put them in the bin.
Yeah.
If you've got somebody with an automation that's saying it's doing X, Y, Z and they can't prove it, don't even bother.
Yeah. Which is why the backtesting feature on the platform we're using is so good.
Yeah, so anybody can do that. You want to explain that actually?
Yeah. So on the platform that we use for our signals to fire onto your exchange, there's a backtesting feature, and that backtesting feature will use data live from the exchange. It will look at the time that your trade was supposed to fire. It will read real-time data from the trades, and it will go back and it will tell you how much your you would have been up if you'd have put in
or down.
Whatever amount. So you could say, I would have started with this amount of money. I would have chosen to add that amount of money between these dates. What would my end result be?
So if you'd have started for that 2 months ago, and you'd have put in $1 grand, $2 grand, 10 grand, insert figure that fits your pocket, and you'd have put on X amount per trade or percentage on per trade and press go, it relives that time. And it knows all the stats and it spits it out. If you've got an automation company that can't do that for you, put them in the bin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put them in the bin.
Absolutely. It's been awesome. It's been awesome. I actually am really excited by the prospect of AI. I've seen, even just within our own community, how much opportunity there is out there for AI and for people to create stuff that they would never have normally done. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this evolves moving forward.
Yeah, I do too. I think it'll be interesting to see the boom.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how many millionaires it makes.
Yeah.
And then it'll be interesting to see how the big money people, the people that really have the big amounts of money, how they close the door on people when it happens and how fast it happens, because I believe this is a golden window and none of us know when it's going to end.
Yeah, agreed. It's a great way to end. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. As always, the new episodes of the UK Crypto Podcast drop every Friday, 7 p.m. UK time, and you can watch the episode on all social platforms. So thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again in the next episode.